Check, check, and we're on.
We're on?
Yep, and on and on.
Ouch.
Pound for pound, I'm the most positive when I bust mine. The zoo adds on like a plus sign. Addition, that's the key in the ignition. With no pause, I propel to pole position. Ahead of the pack, light years ahead of the whack. I give a fiend a good book instead of the crack. That's the gold mine. Negativity can't hold mine. The black bear's headed for the gold line. And then I'm positive it's showtime. I make negative MCs switch styles in no time. They change teams, rhyme about kings and queens instead of how they selling work to fiends. Then I switch thugs into soldiers, those that have given up on God to praise Jehovah. The rap ice age is over, and positivity protects the zero devoter.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Positivity, yeah. My opinion is solid ground, but you're a common hater. Splitting and dividing our numbers like a denominator. Third eye navigator movements are necessary. Everything you see in videos is secondary. You need positivity like you need respect in jail, because without balance you'll be making negative record sales.
Negative record sales.
I just off inside books and give life to words, leaving concepts.
All right, man. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Doc and GM NBA Recap Show. Along with my co-host, the Doc, I am GM. What's up, man?
Welcome back.
Hey, man, it's time to break down the NBA. It's Saturday night, as we usually do. As the show title suggests, we're gonna break down the NBA, man. We're gonna recap what happened in the week as the week at was style, basically.
Right.
The way we do our show is we break it down this NBA style 4 quarters, 12 minutes each. Sometimes we run over because we get winded, but that's the gist of the show. First quarter, we're going to run down the West, what's going down, basically. Because there was no real big stories, right?
Not so much this
No
week.
trade, no big trades, no movements, no activities, no crazy fights, no crazy
Kyle Korver got moved, but that's, he moved from east to west.
Sure. So we're going to break down the West in the first quarter. We'll break down the East in the second quarter. Third quarter style, Doc wants to give out some early season, first quarter of the season awards.
Yeah, quarter season.
He wants to give out awards to Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, Defender, not of the year, of the quarter, I'll say. All of these categories, I'll correct myself. Coach of the first quarter, and then MVP of the first quarter, correct?
Right.
And then, of course, our fourth quarter is saved for our signature Did You Click It segment, where we peruse the internet, sometimes television shows, because a lot of us watch television with not a remote control from a cable company or satellite company, but usually off the internet.
Yeah, cell phones.
So,
you know how it goes.
And there's a clicking noise made behind it. So our Did You Click It's, again, just come from stories that somehow shock or bring something to our sensibilities, so we bring it to the show. All right, so Doc, without further ado, man, first quarter, the West.
West side.
Is led by the LA Clippers.
It's crazy, man.
You got notable teams such as the Houston Rockets, not even
in the playoffs right now.
They're close. Houston's closing in on it, on the race. Minnesota, which many people thought had they had their team that started the season, they'd be in the playoff picture. Not. Of course, they had a big trade.
They played well since the trade.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
They lost a tough one to the Celtics, right? Jazz, which was a playoff team last year, many people thought that they would take a step up. Like you mentioned, they were the ones that got Kyle Korver, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. They gave up a pick and a player. And basically, the player from Cleveland's perspective right here has an expiring contract, so they're just really doing what they do.
Dumping salaries, man.
Yeah. All right, so another team, the Pelicans, many people thought would be in the playoffs, are not. San Antonio, many people thought would be in the playoffs. I did not. They are far from the playoff picture right now.
Well, just in number. Just in their place.
Yeah, but that also means you got to climb. You got to climb a bunch of teams. Not only
they're 2 games under 500, but then there's a couple of teams that are 1 game under 500 or right at 500. They ain't not that far.
Okay, but there's six teams though.
I mean, they're all hovering around 500. See,
Yeah.
we talked about this a couple of times about how the West might look record-wise. And over the summer, I thought it'd be a lot of strong teams up top and that maybe a 50-win team might not make the playoffs. But as it's shaking out, they're all much more on each other's level. Like, it's more likely they're a bunch of 500 or just above 500 teams because they're just beating each other up every night. Like, there's no real weak link in the West right now outside of Phoenix because you're going to have to fight all of these guys right now.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll buy that. But the thing is that I guess that sticks out most to me from the Western Conference perspective is that there's so many teams in places that you did not expect them to. Like number one, I did not expect the Clippers to be the best team in the West Conference wise,
Right.
at the quarter mark. OKC, the Clippers.
Yeah, why would you?
Why would I expect the Clippers?
Yeah, you said
What I would not. Why would I?
Right.
Not? I don't get that question. Nobody expected the Clippers to be number one in the West.
Why would you?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like. How come I couldn't see that? No, I couldn't see that. You could have given me a crystal ball, man, and told me this is a crystal ball and it really, really works. I would have said no. That crystal ball doesn't work. OKC, I had them maybe 4, but not 3. And not that there's a big difference between 3 and 4 record wise.
Right.
But again, you would have had maybe a Houston. Some maybe thought just off of what they did last year in their system, even though they did lose big players, key players. But again, I just didn't expect the Clippers to be there.
Right.
Memphis for sure, another surprising team.
Well, you know, they got Mike Conley.
Yes, they do, and
Triple J is playing well.
playing extremely well
Mark Gasol is playing well
because he's got somebody to run with him.
Right.
Or to help him run, make him, to push him.
Braden Grind is back. They're really tough. I've been watching them.
So, like you said, it's all tight. Anyone could take over that 6, 7, 8 spot at any moment.
Right.
I
mean, dig it. Like,
okay, so who wants it?
What?
So Clippers. How many days? Because last week it was Memphis that was number 1, or there was like a 3-way tie.
Right.
So how many days do the Clippers have at the number 1
At the
spot?
number 1 spot?
Yeah.
1.
Day? Wow.
How many? It depends on how many games they play over the next couple of days. But, it's so fluid right now. But they are 9-1 in their last 10, so it's not.
Yeah,
like
they're the hottest team in basketball. There's no other 9-1 team.
I'm gonna have to check and see what their strength of schedule looks like. But
like you mentioned, you're going to get a good game out of anyone in the West, but Phoenix and you're
going to get a good game out of them.
I'm sorry.
And you're going to get a good game out of them.
Sure,
They're just too young. They don't know how to win.
Sure,
yet.
you should. That's what I was going to say. You should come up with a win, though. You're going to get a
Right.
But and even if they have an Eastern Conference little swing, or an Eastern Conference team comes their way, you're going to get a good game out of pretty much everyone but the Hawks, Clippers, and the Hawks,
Cavs, and Bulls,
and the Cavs.
Yeah,
so, the Knicks are going to give you a good game, as they showed you tonight. And they beat the Greek Freaks team
right.
out of the Bucks.
Right. Nets are much improved.
Nets are going to give you a good game for sure. Oh, wow, I can't do that. The Pistons going to give you a good game. They beat who tonight? They beat the world champions, right?
Yes, they
Yeah, they
did.
beat Golden State. So, will the Wizards give you a good game?
So, what do you think about LeBron and the Lakers right now? They're on a nice little 7-3 over their last 10.
Yeah, and I break that down because they were on a little losing streak, and then they won 4 in a row. But then they then they lost 4 in a row, I think it was, and then they won 2 in a row to break that streak. They last beat the Pacers, I think it was, but Oladipo sat out. I think.
Okay. Didn't they beat Dallas last night?
Yes, they beat Dallas last night in a close game where I don't know. I don't know if there were shenanigans. Did you see LeBron bump? Well, we're on the way. LeBron bumped Luka.
Well, Luka blocked his shot twice, so he felt a little way about that.
Yeah, that's
it
lame.
is what it is.
That's lame.
I'll give you that.
So what if he were to block Luka's shot twice in a row? That gives Luka a certain way to.
No, it shouldn't, but
He's lame in that way. All right, but anyways, so yeah, no, and then so they're playing better than they started. You imagine that they would. Do I think that they are contenders for the West? As it's shaking out right now,
the playoffs start tomorrow.
What do I have them doing? If the playoffs start tomorrow, then they play who? 6 plays 3. No, they lose to Oklahoma City.
Wow. OKC's good, man.
My opinion, they lose to Oklahoma City.
I think I'd go with you on that.
So, I mean, they're good right now. They're better. Like, I think they might beat a Memphis team if they got matched up against that. I think maybe they could beat a Portland team. Maybe I say
think they could beat everybody. The question mark will be OKC, but the Warriors. I don't think they could beat the Warriors.
I don't know. I think
I think OKC will be the question mark. Could the Lakers beat for me?
I think Denver would give them a good 7-game series.
I think they get Denver.
They might. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen both of them play this year.
Yeah, I know.
And I think
I like Denver.
I think on not so much on paper, on the court, Denver's a better team.
Yeah.
And so now, does one team have the better player?
Yeah.
That doesn't always pan out, man.
No, that's the question mark for me.
Yeah, that doesn't always pan out. So they're on the come up. Lakers are on the come up. I'll give them that. But like I said, is it sustainable? Because, like you mentioned, everybody in the West is going to give you a good game. I'll ask you this. I had them out. You had them in. Does San Antonio come up? Because they're not really, again, they're record-wise 2 games under.
Right.
Do they make the playoffs?
I'm going to stick them back in there, yeah. It's so fluid right now, man. It's just bananas.
So if you stick them in there, someone's got to come out.
Yeah.
And if you stick with your playoff predictions,
I still think the Clippers fall out.
Wow.
I still think the Mavericks fall. Are the Mavs in?
Dallas?
Yeah.
No. They're yes. No. Technically, they're in.
Right.
Because I think they're 10-10. Houston's 11-11.
So I have them out.
Okay.
I think
you have Houston staying, right?
Yeah. I still. Well, that's my question mark at the moment. But yeah, I guess I still got them in it. For the most part, I think I have it the same, except that Memphis is in there. I didn't have them. I had them fighting for like an 8 seed, maybe. But I the way they've been playing, if everyone stays healthy with them, they should stay in the playoffs squarely.
Well, I guess just to wrap the quarter up, man, we'll say what we've said for decades at this point, man.
Yeah.
It's wild out west, man.
It's wild out west.
Yeah,
it is.
And if you come out of there, you're a good team.
Yeah.
All right. First quarter.